I think my favorite right now, because of my favorite experience is Kings. I got cornered by a bear with a couple of people.
Oh my gosh. What is your business?
My business is Authentic Adventure Central California, and I provide guided tours in the national parks, Yosemite, Sequoia, and Kings, and then I also do some coastal trips for people who are more in the valley area. And then another part of my business, I provide those same services for people with developmental delay.
Oh, that's great. So how did you get into this?
It's funny, it started during COVID. When everything was shut down, I had friends and family who were like just kind of going stir crazy, and I started just going on adventures on my own just because I love to hike prior to all of this, love hiking. And so I just would go out and people would like, take me with you. So I would go take my friends out and I would hear like, you'd be really good at this. Like you're just kind of a natural at guiding people, and that's what I did with my work before. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I could do a business out of this. August of 21, I applied for a business license and got that done. And then I have no business background at all. I'm a recreation therapist by trade. So I went through a business incubator through our Fresno Metro Black Chamber.
Okay.
And they kind of gave me like a rundown on how to run a business, write a business plan, started that, and then in May of 22, I left my job at the hospital and started doing this. It's been really fun to kind of introduce people to those parts of the community that they would have not expected.
What is the most surprising thing that you have come across? You said you're not a business person by trade, so what is the thing that has been most surprising?
The business community, it's such a great collaborative, like encouraging community. The business community just really lifts you up, and it doesn't matter where you are in your business journey, they're just super supportive and super just like innovative and like, here's this idea, and it's just you're constantly learning, which I really loved.
Small businesses, from what I've seen, especially doing interviews like this, is they're very like, they want to help other small businesses. They're all about it.
Yes,
and it's amazing. That. Where's your favorite place to take a tour to?
Shoot, it's really hard.
You're like, all of them.
They're all really great. There's this beautiful waterfall in Kings Canyon called Roaring River Falls. It's gorgeous and it's really easy to get to. And we're there and we're just loving the waterfall. And I look and I'm like, there's bear scat. And that's usually the sign that there's and it was fresh. I'm like, oh, that recently happened. I'm like, well, he probably is gone. And I realized, oh, I have an apple in my backpack. And then I was like, that bear's going to show up. So I'm like, okay, we're going to stay here for like 5 minutes and we're going to get out because I don't know. They usually don't harm you, but I just didn't, with other people with you, you never know how they're going to react. And I didn't want to run, which means running means prey, and I didn't want to have a bear chasing us.
Right.
So we're there at the waterfall enjoying it, and then all of a sudden I hear one of my guests yell, oh my God. And sure enough, bear is like 10 feet away from us, above our heads, staring us down. And I'm like, okay, well, so I grab her immediately. I'm like, do not run. And we stand there and I'm like, the bear can probably smell my apple. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to have to be calm, yell at it, be big. And we did. And then the bear wouldn't move because it could smell the apple. I'm like, we have to walk towards the bear, which was terrifying. So we do. And then the bear runs off right down the trail we need to take to go back. So we had to walk in the road the whole time. But that was like one of my favorite experiences because it was just cool. I love bears.
Yeah.
So it was cool to be out there and that close to one. And it was just amazing. So I think Kings Canyon for that experience is my favorite right now.
What are you planning to do? Are you coming up with any cool adventures in the future that you want to start doing?
So I started focusing on my individual disabilities part of my business because that's my background. And so with doing that, I've made some connections with people in the South Valley to kind of start doing things. So it kind of like, that's my passion. When I started this, I wanted to get everyone outdoors. And so to be able to like start with like building the developmental delay community and get them out and finding out that a lot of them like didn't know that I existed and were looking for things to do. It's an exciting thing to kind of grow that. That's my goal, is to just like grow it and get more people outdoors and doing things.
Do you do trips in all seasons, or is it mainly summer?
I do all seasons.
That's awesome. What's a good way for potential clients or people interested in your services to learn more about?
So I have a website. It's AuthenticAdventureSoCal.com. I also am on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok too. So you can find more about what I'm doing, like mostly like my encounters with animals and what trails I like to do. And so that's a great way to get a hold of me.
What is the craziest experience you've had?
So this is before I started, but my just personally hiking. I love national parks, and I went to Yellowstone. It was my first solo camping trip. I love to camp, and I am terrified of lightning. Absolutely.
Oh man.
Terrified of lightning, which happens a lot in the mountains. And so My final night there, I'm like, I hadn't been sleeping because it'd been elk mating season and they had been like bugling all night. So I could not sleep. I go to sleep and I took sleeping pills and like put earplugs in because I wanted a good night's sleep. I just wanted one. And so I wake up and I'm like, there's this bright flashing, I'm like, who has their lights on? And I open the like tent door and it's like thunderstorming.
Oh no.
Like hardcore, like pouring rain, lightning. When it would hit, it would turn everything white because we were like at that like 8,500 feet up in the air, so we were in the clouds. And I was like, okay. And so I decided, like, if it happens, just jump in your car protects you. So I ran to my car in my pajamas. But it was like my best night's sleep actually, because I was sleeping in my car and it was just peaceful with the thunderstorm going on outside.
Yeah.
But it was crazy to be out in a thunderstorm like that. To be in one outdoors was just my most intense experience. Healthy fear of lightning. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want people to know about your business?
Let's see, anything else? Oh, any ability levels can go and hike. I really tailor to what people are able to do. If you're wanting to try it and you think you can't, I will tailor whatever you want to do to your ability level. That's one of my specialties.
That's awesome, because I am a like grade A couch potato, so I'm like, I could go hiking. It sounds like a lot of fun, but it would take me all day. Yeah. So that's good. So you've got like routes for people with a lower activity level.
Yeah.
And for the pros, you're like, let's
go up the mountain. Let's do some elevation. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming and interviewing with me and letting me know about your business.
Thank you.
Let me know who you think I should interview next. Follow me on social media, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.